Okay, good morning. How is everyone? Okay, so I just came off my personal page, like I said, and I said I was going to be jumping over to my business page here. Yeah, let me get this adjusted. So I am sitting in my living room. The power's out, so I mean, I'm glad that I've got my camera or my phone here is almost fully charged, and moving forward, I've got my coffee in for the day, so I'm good. So if you don't know me, my name is Gloria Sabanto. I live out here in Parkland County, Alberta, Canada, and the purpose of me coming on and doing these go lives is to obviously help the ladies move forward in their thinking and in their mindset, as far as, you know what, we can do this. We can absolutely do this. So social media strategies, tips and tricks, how to attract people to your page. And of course, it's always going to be about attracting our tribe, is it not? Absolutely, it's going to be about that. So yeah, the title is Stop Being a Crybaby. I mean, how many people have heard on social media or even talking through friends and families that, this situation that we're going through is what it is. And it is quite interesting because, we're all in the same boat. We're all in the same storm. We're all in the same situation. It's just a matter of how are we adapting it to move forward. Um, it's unbelievable. So I'm going to reiterate part of my journey here, but I'm going to also make mention and do a call out to those who have joined my page maybe for the first time, or that you're coming on and you're just saying, what's this lady all about? Well, it is what it is. So if we haven't met before, just drop me in the comments here where you're coming in from, and I can give you a shout out in a bit. So my journey has taken me over the last 5 weeks into a situation where it's not how can we how can we do this, where a lot of people would have said, we just, bottom line, we just can't afford that. So going into the third night tonight, I've been on a boot camp, and this boot camp is very interesting because it's talking about a book that I have made numerous references to before, and it's called The Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. Now, it's not about, and it's not directed to, or it's not for people who are, just already in the business, or they're already investors, or they're already looking for a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, even income stream. This is for the everyday person. Okay, and what do I mean by that? I gotta fix this hair. It's just driving me bonkers every time I come on camera. So the Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, and this is what this 3-day boot camp is that I'm going to be doing. And like I said, tonight we have day 3. Look at this; it just drives me crazy. Um, what were your limiting beliefs growing up? What are the limiting beliefs that you have now? And what are the limiting beliefs you have moving forward and into the future, say 5 years from now, that is all surrounded around finances? And is this situation that we're in now, or is the pandemic, or whatever you want to call it now, inhibiting you in some way, shape, or form of actually looking at an opportunity? I have a couple, or another opportunity that somebody else has presented you with. What is stopping you? What is absolutely 100% stopping you from planting your roots today, from planting the seed today, and thinking to yourself, okay, you know what? It can't get any worse than this. What's the worst that's going to happen? Or why? What is your big why? As you cannot look at an opportunity and say, okay, well, you know what? I'm going to get into this. I don't have a lot of resources right now, but I'm going to use what I do have, because you know what? I absolutely believe that, moving into the online space is going to replace traditional employment for me moving forward, because you know what? I've been aged out of my career, or they aged me out because of whatever case may be, and they generation moving up, because there are a lot of grads that are coming out of university right now, even though they've done their studies online, they want to make room for these graduates. Well, I've been saying to a few people in the last few days is, basically stop being a crybaby. Stop being a crybaby about it. My journey, okay, I'll get back into this, where Danny and I, we've had to move around some of our investments. We've had to move around some of our resources in order to come up with the financing for an engine that just cost us $63,000. We've lost $47,000 in revenue. So Danny's back up and running. He's got the truck all fixed up. They fine-tuned a couple of things yesterday, which cost us another $3,000. And you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. So, of course, this boot camp I'm doing, I'm very familiar with the topic. I'm very familiar with the writer of the book. That would be T. Harv Eker. And I'm very familiar with, I'm not going to sit on my laurels. And I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to just sit on social media, or I'm going to worry about, moving forward, how much are we losing? How much is our household losing? Well, losing propositions, and that's what I call them, losing propositions or bypassing opportunities to learn something new, to be coachable. These systems are really simple for all of us to use. And if we can just refocus our mindset and say, okay, I don't want to be a crybaby. I want to take my future back. I want to learn what you're doing. And it's rather simple. And if you can devote a couple of hours a day, because what else really are you doing? Can you not see yourself a year from now? If you start today, can you not envision a year from now where you're going to be in a completely different situation? Things might change, they might not change, but you cannot bet on that. I'm a betting person. I'm betting on me today to help me move forward, to know that a year from now, my situation is going to be even better. Even though a person's threshold, if they were to receive a bill for $25,000 and they had to pay it now, their threshold would have been, I'm out. So limiting beliefs. Now, how many of us were raised in a household where our parents told us money didn't grow on trees? Okay, money doesn't grow on trees. We can't afford that. Stop asking, because there's no money available. Okay, so how many of us grew up in households like that? Me, number one. How many of us grew up after we left that said household and still carry that belief on today, where it has been something that has been ingrained in us? Our parents taught us that, and we are also teaching our children that we can't afford it. Money doesn't grow on trees. The situation is that, we've been out of work for a while and we're living off whatever assistance the government has provided for us. And we just can't put it out. We can't. Well, I taught Danny a long time ago that in this house, we don't use the word can't. We don't use the word fault. We do exchange that for how can we do this? And what is the opportunity that this is going to provide us moving forward? Put it tangibly, if we didn't replace the engine in the truck, opportunities moving forward would be slim to none. I mean, we'd be making it, but it wouldn't be prosperous like we have been in the last 16 years. Opportunity is always going to present itself. Opportunity is always going to give you a highlight, a screenshot of what you're going to see in the future. So with us replacing the engine, things will get back to normal for us. It's going to take a few months to settle out, to replace and move things back around where they should be. However, I do these side things on the side in order to create a buffer, and it creates a buffer. And what do I mean by that? It's not a second income. It's not like I leave the house to go do something, but it creates a buffer. And the buffer zone is that the little that I do get, because I just started this 3 months ago, so the little I am getting is going to cover, simple, smaller expenses moving forward. People just aren't getting that, and they don't understand that working for yourself is a big, big responsibility, and it teaches us how to move from an employee mindset where we're showing up and we're punching the clock every day to this is what I do every day, and I'm not seeing the results like I was with an employer where I was getting a paycheck every 2 weeks. This is where we do our free work, but bam, all of a sudden, it's going to start to compound. It's compound interest. So if you can understand that the work you do today is going to pay off a year from now or 2 years from now, this is where this gets this is where it snowballs. So when you can understand compound interest, so you put money into an RRSP and you put it into a compound interest rate, you can put in $5,000 at the age of 18 and retire a millionaire by the time you're 65 because of compound interest. This is really no different. It's just that that's working for you. Your system is also working for you, but you're still highly active because you want to meet people. You want to meet like-minded individuals. And what a perfect opportunity, because we're all online right now. When things get back to normal, we're not online as much. So this is where it becomes a really good opportunity to use the time that you have because you're at home. You have the spare time. You're on social media anyways. To look at something like this, I mean, the startup is like nothing. If you can just stop eating out, say 4 times a month, guess what? This is paid for. No other opportunity is that inexpensive, and it was going to give you results moving forward. Okay, so talking about this boot camp that I'm on, we talk about our limiting beliefs. We talk about, okay, so there was a wheel that was presented to us and we're bullseye. We're dead center of this wheel. Now, when you, inside the circle, you being in the center, you're going to draw pieces of a pie. How many pieces of a pie is your life consumed with on a 24-hour period? So how often throughout the day are you thinking about investments, career changes, your personal development? What do you do for fun? What is your downtime consisting of? So depending upon how many pieces of the pie are in that wheel and you're in the dead center, how much are you devoting every day to this pie to make the whole? And it was really interesting because when she was showing us on the screen, she had 8 segments there. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I've got 8, but I've got a couple of more added in there because I devote a lot of time to the animals here. To the health and the welfare of the animals. And maybe that part of the pie, instead of the animals, for the other ladies, it would be, to the children, to the development of the children. Are you doing homeschooling right now for the kids? So when you break down this wealth pie, it basically, that's what it's coming down to, is your wealth pie. What are you contributing to every day that is going to make you somebody better tomorrow and then a week from now? I know a lot of people are hung up on Christmas, and I get that. But Christmas is just one day. It is one day that people really, really are focused on right now. They're either the haves or the have-nots. For me, I'm having my brother out here, and I'm going to order a pre-made meal. That way we don't have to clean. We can just spend time together. And it's $65. And I couldn't make this extravagant menu for $65. There's just absolutely no way. So that is my focus, but I don't have to focus my whole month on that because dealing with the engine, dealing with the finances moving forward, encouraging women to step up and say, let's make 2021 a better year. And how are you going to get out of this negative mindset or this limiting belief system that you have about, the way you grew up? Because you've been gone longer. You've been away from the home for more years than you were being actually raised in that household. But a lot of people still have that belief of, this is the way I was raised. I was raised like this. Well, you've been gone a lot longer. You can change your mindset moving forward because you've been gone out of that home where your mom and dad were for many, many, many years, beyond who left home when they were 16, 18. I left when I was 21 after I graduated college. So I've had all those years to change my mindset. I've had all those years to shed some old skin. And this is where the opportunity for especially people who are 50 and older can learn to harness the power of all those years of experiences, all those experiences and skills that they picked up through the jobs that they've done or the careers that they've been in. And how can we bring that all together online into a nice little package and learn to create something for us now moving forward? Because if you don't have retirement, or if you don't have any plans already moving forward, what are you going to do? What are you going to do moving forward if we've all been aged out of these careers? Okay. This is one thing I think I've mentioned this before, and maybe I haven't, but when I turned 50, that's when I knew. I went and made my funeral arrangements. How many people have actually done that? I mean, how many people have actually embraced the excitement? I was excited. When I went to the funeral home, I was excited. How many people are excited about that? I mean, like, not too many people are. But when we sat down and he showed me, my options and stuff like that, I already kind of knew what I wanted going in. But I walked around the cemetery where my parents and my aunt are, and I've got other relatives that are there as well. And I looked around, and they have things that are on display, and I'm like, that would be really nice to have. That would be really nice, but I wanted a little different, and so I found what I was kind of looking for. But then I was able to combine the two together, so it's like a crypt, and it's pink marble, and you're allowed 3 words on the outside, and I'm not going to tell you what those 3 words are, but yeah, I've got, I'll grow up one of these days and I'll change what those 3 words are, but you're allowed 3 words, and and then it's got this really solid marble top on it, and then you can put stuff inside of it. So what I'm going to do, and I'm really excited, I'm going to make it like a time capsule. So somebody in my family, 100 years from now or 50 years from now even, will be notified if they wish to come and open up this time capsule, so they can see everything that I grew up with, that I had saved to put inside of this time capsule. Chances are some of those items are going to be worth a lot of money. And one of those items, believe it or not, is going to be a Michael Jackson Thriller album that I never opened. It's got the original plastic seal on it. So imagine what that's going to be worth, say 75 years from now. That's phenomenal. So I was really excited about all of this, and we started talking about my life insurance policies and stuff. And I know this is a morbid conversation, but I was really excited about my day. This is going to be my day. Your day is the day that you were born. The other day that you get is the day that you pass on. These are 2 days that should be celebrated. Okay, we call it a celebration of life for a reason, and that's the day you come in and that's the day you leave. However, I know it's a morbid conversation, but the day you come in and the day you leave, and there's a dash in between, okay? Because we don't know the end date, but there is the dash in between. What are you doing with this dash? Okay, what are you doing with it? And this is where I get really excited at the possibilities that I can change my family dynamics. I can change generational toxic behavior. I can change poverty dynamics in my family. And I can also change legacy dynamics of my family moving forward. So the dash in between the celebration of life when we first came in and the day that we pass on is also going to be a celebration as well. What we do in between that is incredible. So part of my investments, and like I said, when I turned 50, I invested in that day. Okay. And I know people don't see it like that, but for me, it was an investment. So instead of waiting for family to absorb the cost when I pass on, I looked at that also as an investment today, because what I secured that for is going to be probably worth maybe 20,000, maybe 30,000 more if they were to wait when I finally passed on. So I took responsibility for that now. And I know a lot of people, I don't want to think about that. And I'm like, stop being a crybaby. It happens to all of us. We all go through that. So, when you look at the dash, like I said, when you look at the dash in between, take responsibility back and look at what you can actually do moving forward. We're all capable. We've all got the life skills. We've all got the job or the career skills. We have experiences that are different from everybody. I mean, how many can say that they've replaced a Peterbilt engine in the last month and it cost them $65,000? That's a different experience. And how I handled it is also a different experience. So we can all help each other through our stories, through our experiences moving forward, and what opportunity we have. So is the opportunity that I have and can present to you today your brand. So when we talk about branding, we talk about who you are, all of the things I've already mentioned, and what can you actually believe in moving forward. So you become a product of the product. Well, my brand is not the water bottle, but my brand is, of course, the water I drink every day. I don't drink well water. I drink water that I get from a distiller that I've hooked up to my line. Who wants to be branded by water? I mean, no, we're not. That's not our brand. Can I be branded by the jewelry that I wear? No, that's an adornment. My brand is what my beliefs are, what my values are, and what do I want to see moving forward for me, Dani, and my online community. That is my brand. So that's a lot for a lot of people to take in. And I know it's kind of hard for maybe for people to understand, but like I said, you're always going to hear there's no better time than now to join. But in all honesty, since we're all home and we're all going crazy, maybe climbing the walls, watching too much news. We're on social media. Why not learn to leverage social media so that you can also do what I'm doing, and that's these go lives, that's building an opportunity online and encouraging other people to come and join you, which is your like-minded individuals or attracting your tribe. It's not that difficult, really. It just takes time, but you've all got the time right now. And I'll say it again, don't be a crybaby about it. I've had people reach out to me, even though they know I'm broke, and they're asking me for finances moving forward because they know I must have something somewhere, because if you can afford this engine, you still have something somewhere. Well, I kind of do, but I kind of don't, because I need to look at what our investments are going to be moving into the 2021 year. So that's just the way it is. So this is why I do what I do. And this is why I reach out to the ladies and say, listen, are you open to looking at what I'm doing? Because if you are open to looking at what I'm doing, it's your decision. It's not mine. It has to come from you, not me, because I will help you moving forward, and I'll coach and mentor you moving forward, but you still have to put in your own legwork. And this is where a business partnership is formed. It could be called a joint venture to some of you ladies who understand what that means. And that doesn't mean I'm doing all of it for you. You have to bring something to the table. You got to put some skin in the game. So yes, this is what I do. I'm very busy, and I'm always on social media, but I'm also dealing with other things. Remember, I was talking about the wheel. I also have to break down the pieces of the pie. I have to look after other things throughout the day. So ladies, welcome. Thank you for watching my Go Live. And if you don't know me, my name is Gloria. I live out here in Parkland County, Alberta. And you know what? Jump on board and let's talk, because you know what? If nothing changes until you change, and we all know that saying. So you guys have an awesome Thursday. You'll see me tomorrow. Okay, bye.